Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you're running Meta ads right now and you have this nagging feeling that something fundamental has shifted, well, you're not wrong. Something absolutely did change. And what's totally wild is that most store owners and marketers have literally no idea what it is. I'm talking directly to those of you who are incredibly frustrated right now. You know the feeling. You're sitting there, staring at your dashboard, watching your return on ad spend just steadily drop. You're watching your cost per purchase climb higher and higher every single week. And those trusty, bulletproof ad campaigns that used to essentially print money for you back in 2022 and 2023, now they're just burning a hole in your budget. Okay, so let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking the 2025 Meta Ads Playbook to break down exactly what changed, why those older strategies are completely failing you now, and, crucially, how a massive shift in creative strategy is really the only way to win in today's landscape.
Right off the bat, I wanted to address the giant elephant in the room. Are Facebook ads broken? I mean, hit the forums, talk to other store owners, and you're going to hear a resounding yes. But I need to hit you with a pretty sharp wake-up call right out of the gate here. They are not broken. Facebook ads are just different. There's a massive, incredibly important gap between a platform being broken and a platform evolving. And if you treat those two things like they're the same, you will lose your shirt every single time. It is not the platform that's failing. It's your 2022 and 2023 playbooks that are failing you.
Because let's face it, the old tactics you used to rely on are honestly just dead weight now. Remember interest stacking, manual placements, running 5 different ad sets and meticulously tweaking them? All of that manual maneuvering is gone. And why is it dead weight? Well, because of the 2025 reality. The algorithm changed, the auction changed, and most importantly, your audience completely changed. The person scrolling their feed right now is highly ad aware, incredibly skeptical, and completely desensitized to traditional marketing. You just can't trick them with a clever interest stack anymore. No way. Yet, there are store owners out there still wasting their budget on these deadweight tactics every single day. So, if the old tactics are dead, what is actively killing your campaigns today? It's talking to yourself. This is the absolute #1 mistake outlined in the playbook. You create an ad that explains the product, you list out the features, you dive into the technical specs, you proudly announce your 3-day shipping time. And then, you sit back and wonder why nobody is buying. Well, here is the harsh truth, and this might sting a bit. Nobody cares about your product. They only care about what your product actually does for their lives. There is a massive difference between those two things. When you just list specs, you are literally talking to yourself, not your customer. Now, there's a single number that dictates absolutely everything in the 2025 mobile landscape: 3. Why is this so critical? Because you are operating in micro moments. You have exactly 3 seconds to earn someone's attention. Actually, scratch that. Let's be real. It's often more like 2 seconds before their thumb just swipes right past you. You have to use those first 3 seconds to hit a prospect right in the chest with a feeling, not a fact. If you're starting your video with your company logo or some slow cinematic pan of your product's features, you've already lost them. You have to earn the next 5 seconds just to earn the next 30.
And look, if you don't grab them in those 3 seconds, the consequences are brutal. Bad creative doesn't just waste your daily budget, it actively trains Facebook to target worse people. Think of it like paying a matchmaker to set you up on terrible dates. Let me explain the mechanics behind this real quick. Facebook's algorithm relies heavily on engagement signals to decide who to show your ad to next. If your creative fails to stop the scroll, like if your thumb stop rate is terrible, Facebook's machine learning reads that as a massive glaring signal that your ad is irrelevant. So what happens? It stops showing it to premium buyers and starts shoving it in front of cheaper, lower quality audiences just to spend your daily budget. You are literally training the machine to find you worse customers.
Which brings us perfectly into ad killer number 2, testing audiences instead of angles. I still see people running 15 or 20 different ad sets, thinking that more testing automatically equals more data. It doesn't. It just equals way more confusion and a totally fragmented budget. You really have to accept a hard truth today. The algorithm is significantly smarter than your manual interest stacks. Broad targeting with Advantage Plus placements, when paired with really strong creative, will do exactly what manual targeting used to do, only much, much better. Lean into the machine, stop testing placements and audiences, and start testing your angles, your hooks, and the framing of your offer. Honestly, if you aren't testing hooks, you really aren't testing at all.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is, how do we actually fix this? How do we build creative that stops the scroll and feeds the algorithm the right signals? Well, the source material provides a very specific creative-first framework. It's called the PASO method. PASO. First up is the problem.
You open the ad in those critical first 3 seconds with the exact pain your customer is feeling. Keep it raw, keep it specific, and totally relatable. Second, agitation. You intensify that feeling, make them really feel the weight of that problem. Third is the solution. This is where you finally introduce your product, but, and this is key, you frame it purely around transformation, not specs. And finally, outcome. You don't just show the product working, you show their life after the product has completely solved their problem. Okay, let's put this into perspective with some actual numbers to see how this plays out in the real world. So a skincare brand was running these beautifully polished, product-focused ads. I'm talking great lighting, beautiful models, the whole 9 yards. The result? A pretty dismal click-through rate of 0.8% and a ROAS of 2.1. Meh. Then they applied the PASO framework. They literally just rewrote the hook. They opened with a woman looking in a mirror saying, "I was doing everything right and nothing was working." 12 words, 3 seconds, pure problem and agitation. Within 2 weeks, their click-through rate jumped to 3.4%, and their ROAS nearly doubled to 4.1. The exact same product, the exact same budget, but a completely different angle. That right there is the undeniable financial power of a relatable pain hook over a polished product shot. And this leads us straight into the ultimate paradigm shift I promised at the beginning of this explainer. Taking an account from a really painful 1.2 ROAS to a highly profitable 3.8 ROAS in just under 30 days. This case study comes from a home goods brand. Now, they had a genuinely good product and a pretty decent offer, but their entire ad account was completely bogged down because they had a terrible angle. Every single ad was built around logical, super boring features, material quality, the exact dimensions, lifetime warranties. It was just completely flat. To fix it, they did one single thing. They shifted the angle from the product to the customer's identity. Just listen to this hook. This is for the person who's tired of their home looking like it's still in progress. Wow. They stopped selling a piece of furniture entirely. They completely isolated that underlying feeling of their target demographic. They started selling the feeling of finally having your life together, of being an adult with a finished, beautiful home. Just contrast those two approaches for a second to really cement this 2025 lesson. A features-based approach says, this shelf is made from solid oak, here are the exact dimensions, and hey, it ships in 3 days. I mean, sure, it informs, but it's incredibly boring. An identity-based approach says, the feeling of finally having your life together. That identity ad alone scaled to $800 a day in spend, easily maintaining a 3.8 ROAS. Identity beats features every single time, no contest. So I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative challenge today. Ask yourself right now, does your top ad make them feel, or does it just inform? I want you to literally open your ad account right after this explainer finishes. Go find the ad that is spending the most of your money today. Watch the first 3 seconds. Be completely honest with yourself. Is it just listing off specs and features, or does it actually hit an emotional nerve? If it just informs, you need to rewrite that hook immediately. You need to lead with pain. You need to lead with identity. Because let me tell you, the brands that are winning in 2025 aren't the ones with the most ad sets. They're the ones who move fast and fix the right things. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.